The debunkers are in for a big surprise. Big surprise. I'm telling you. You know, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people are aware of Noah's Ark, the story in the Holy Bible in the Old Testament. Noah built this big ark, and God told him, "Hey, you got to build this ark because they destroyed. I determined it's time to, I need to start over here because there's just too many bad people around. So I want you to build this giant ark, and I want you to get male and female of every animal out there. Make it big enough so they could fit in this ark, and all the birds, everything, everyone's aware of this story, of course, and of course his wife and his sons and his sons' wives, they're all going to be saved. So they're building this ark, right? Now, there was actually a movie made in the 60s, a movie from 1966 called The Bible in the Beginning. It was directed and by John Huston, a famous director, well known for movies like The Maltese Falcon, Treasure of Sierra Madre, The African Queen, Moby Dick. And the movie was basically pretty faithful to the Bible, and they depicted the Noah's Ark scene. And actually, in this movie, John Huston, he didn't not only direct it, he actually starred in it, he narrated it, and he played Noah. And in the one scene, after they started building the ark and they're in the early process of building this ark, all the heathens from the land that they lived in showed up, hundreds of them. They're all standing around laughing at them, thinking that they're fools, right? And then of course, after the ark is built and all the animals are brought inside and the family, Noah and his family, is all tucked inside, all of a sudden it starts raining, and it keeps raining. It doesn't stop raining. And then all the heathens are out there screaming and moaning, and then you don't hear them anymore. In a way, that's what's going to happen here with the UFO debunkers. That's what's going to happen here. You hear them now laughing, chuckling it up. They don't accept the data. The people like Mick West, Keith Clore, Ross Pomeroy, there's a whole list of them out there, have been talking against this. They don't. The difference between the UFO situation and Noah's Ark story, right, is the fact that the heathens, they didn't even. There was no evidence that they didn't know they were being bad. They were evil, right? Apparently, or God wouldn't have had to destroy them. Right. Other than that, there was nothing that they saw that would tell them, hey, there's this rainstorm coming and it's gonna wipe everything out, including you. Right. So that's in this case, in the UFO phenomenon, there is evidence, all kinds of evidence. There's all kinds of different sorts of evidence. There's the things that that people, the objects that are inserted into people, the implants, there's the marks that these things leave on the ground, the charred grass, soil being basically, you can't grow things on it after they leave sometimes. This is just some of this proof, right? There's all the film evidence that's compiled over the years, video evidence that's been, photographs, all sorts of evidence, right? You have the different reports from the military, and now the military is actually admitting this, that there's things out there they can't understand. They're not saying it's extraterrestrial, and that's, they're not going to, not yet anyway. At some point they might not have a choice, but regardless, right? These debunkers are just they're disregarding all this evidence. It's right here. They're not looking at it. They're not doing the research. Obviously, if they did, they wouldn't be talking the way they do. I mean, I can't see how someone could research this and walk away thinking there's nothing to it. There's no way you could do that. And as because of my own personal experiences, I saw one of these craft up close. I know it's real, right? I know it's real. So I know that these debunkers are wrong. I know that they're wrong. Right? I mean, that's the funniest part about it. So, with all of that in mind, where we're heading here, these debunkers, at some point, I mean, it's going to be bad for them. It's going to be bad. I mean, at some point, there's something that's going to happen, or I don't know how it's going to work out, right? But it's going to become undeniable. Just like those heathens in the Noah story, you're not going to hear from them anymore. They're going to keep quiet. They're going to disappear into the shadows, basically, and they're not going to. They're not going to be able to say anything anymore. Basically, everything that they've been pushing throughout the years is going to look totally ridiculous when people, like in the future, right? There's going to be at some point in the long future, for instance, where people are going to look back on this and they're going to look at these guys, what they were saying, like Mick West and these people fighting against it, trying to come up with the most ridiculous, absurd theories a lot of times. I mean, pushing the puppet theory, for instance, with regard to the Ariel School incident. I mean, people are going to look back on this, and they're not going to look back, and think that these people were smart. They're going to look at them just as we look back on flat earthers, people who used to think that the earth was flat. Like when I think about people that think that the earth was flat back in, centuries ago, even though there was other people trying to tell them, no, it's round. I mean, to me, these people were fools, obviously. So the table's turning here, right? They're still fighting against it. Instead of coming on board, right? They're not doing that. They're fighting against it, and they're going to be in for a big surprise, right? Once the truth is unveiled to them and it becomes undeniable anymore, what are they going to do? What are they going to do?